What happened to NBA 2K dribbling? Which 2K had the best dribbling? We are going to do an in-depth, comprehensive breakdown on dribbling in every single 2K. This is going to be the best synopsis of this information. 100% correct from the ISO sensei God himself. And we're only doing part 2Ks. Y'all be sure to like the video if you miss one of these older 2Ks, man. It's a sickness. They done. So firstly, we're gonna go into NBA 2K14, one of the most underrated dribble systems in 2K history. You could basically do everything you could in 2K15. It just wasn't as much, but low-key it had certain elements, but no one knew how to dribble on 14 until 15 came out. The dribble god era started in 2K15, but 2K14, the dribbling, this is genuinely a top 3 dribbling 2K, if not 4. You know, it could be top 4. People just wasn't hip, man. Y'all let me know. Y'all ever played this one? The momentum crossovers were peak. It felt very fluid. You could speed boost, all that. It was quickness in it, man. Way better than all these newer 2Ks. Old technology. First year at the park. This was a 2K where you could play realistic and compete with what was the meta. But no one was really hip in 14. You felt responsive, lightweight. It was easy to switch directions. Now we're gonna get into NBA 2K15. This is where it started, the dribble god, okay? This is a 2K League player. Dribble god, I used to destroy him back then, all the time. One of the greatest players in 2K history, right? But this dribbling is so damn peak. Y'all don't understand, for every level, realistic and simulation, it's peak. Beyond crossover 16, don't even count that nonsense, man. Beyond that, dribbling was so amazing. The realistic moves could compete with the meta. You could really combo up and do people dirty, bad, elite. Y'all are gonna notice a trend, right? A lot of people aren't aware of this. To make a good dribbling 2K, you're gonna notice something. The best dribbling 2Ks for realism, simulation, simnation, they're the best 2Ks for the cheesers. Isn't that crazy? That's nuts, right? You guys didn't know left-right is more of a newer dribbling 2K thing. Like true left-right. In these games, in the older days, people were really comboing. They was really throwing moves out there. They just weren't sitting there only left-righting. The realistic moves have been nerfed so much that that's the only way people are gonna play now. The stamina, the adrenaline, they're only going to play that way. This is the peak era, man. This could be one of the greatest dribbling 2Ks ever. I have it top 3, right? It could easily be number 1 or 2. A lot of people not hip, but if you was there, you know. If you were there, you know. It has some of the greatest. This 15 might be the best realistic dribbling 2K ever because it could compete. It has some of my favorite moves ever that was only in 15. You could do them on 14, but that don't really count because no one knew. Right? The half spin, the behind the backs, the chaining of the behind the back. And you could just keep doing it over and over. It was so clean. It was so fluid, so responsive, man. The boop boop, the hezzies, my God. It's so sad, especially when you were awoke back then and you really understood the game. When you play these newer 2Ks, it's so depressing. It's not fun. If you don't know how to dribble, and I'm not talking about some just cheesy stuff. If you don't know how to dribble, you can't understand people who talk on a certain echelon. But very fast dribble system, a lot of different animations, so many animations, way more than these newer 2Ks. It makes no sense. You could cancel out of moves. There were so many different angles that you could burst out of moves, right? Way more than these newer 2Ks. But 16 was the real peak of bursting out of moves, right? At so many different angles. And y'all gotta understand, the corners were broken. So you really had to develop a bag. 15 might have been the highest skill gap 2K. I'm not talking about the patch 4 and all that, but we couldn't stand in the corner and get threes. So we had to ISO up top. You literally you don't have nowhere. You can only ISO at the middle and the top left. So it really created some monsters. That type of training in echelon, it doesn't happen in other 2Ks because you could stand in the damn corner and shoot. So we really had to hone our ability to really score. And our play style was predicated because 15 had the highest skill gap for rebounding in any 2K ever. They could literally take over the game. If your center was trash, they could literally beat you because that center was so damn OP. He's getting every damn board. But yeah, y'all let me know where y'all rank 2K15 dribbling. Now, NBA 2K16, it might be the fastest speed boosting 2K ever, right? The dribble combos, the hop steps, your sim bag could be so peak. It was the best for realistic. Did y'all see that kill? It was the best for realistic dribbling, meta, cheese, whatever the hell you want to say. Peak. They took out that crossover 16 easy spam stuff. It was so peak. The momentum crosses 15 was so peak. It was still peak in 16 too. And it really helped you be able to combo. The behind the backs was so smooth, elegant. In 14, 15, 16, you could really run and drive to the hoop and not be the parachute. The parachute didn't start till 17. We're gonna break that down later. But this is why I rank 14, 15, and 16 higher than 17. That parachute wasn't there. But look at all these combos, man. Just relentless combos. They had the best hezzies in any 2K. Some of the best combinations and dribble moves, the step backs. I think it was the Kyrie step back. You could go into the 16, but you had to be real creative. It's just so immaculate. So immaculate. The dribbling just so fun, so peak. The movement, you didn't have to do no dumb quick stop. In these older 2Ks, you instantly stop like that. There was no dragging your player. It wasn't no OP. People weren't crying, oh my God, they're stopping so fast. Shoot the shot. No, it's instant. You had true control of your player, guys. Real true control. Look, real control. Look at these combos. You're not doing this and really wigging. Like this, just look at this. It looks so clean. Did y'all see this? Like this is just so hard. Any real dribbler knows 16 was so damn peak, bro. This is so fun. It's just look at this. This is crazy. It make me want to cry. Fluid movement, responsive controls. Skill gap was peak. The stamina in these older 2Ks, it didn't go out. These newer 2Ks, you could really get in your bag, right? It was more realistic. You don't have asthma in real life. Now you have asthma, guys. People weren't sitting there dribbling out the shot clock for 24 seconds, man. It wasn't happening. The defense was way better than these newer 2Ks. And just no one plays like that. If you're getting clipped like that, you are absolutely horrible. That wasn't a normal thing. So, and y'all don't understand, when there's heavy stamina restrictions, that makes people play meta even more and not experiment with dribbling at all. So it actually hurts the dribbling when you have all them restrictions. They're not gonna do any combos. They're just gonna only play and do the cheesiest things in the game. There were so many different play styles, so many different ISO play styles. One of my favorites, man. I miss 2K16, dog. Greatest 2K ever. I would rank it top 3. Now we're gonna do NBA 2K17. One of the better dribbling 2Ks, but this is where the nonsense started. This is where they started slowing down your players. A lot of people, y'all woke up late, so y'all can't compare it to the 2Ks before it. The speed boosting was slower compared to 16. The combos and dribbling wasn't better than 16. When you tried to dunk, there was a parachute. There are certain angles where you couldn't really attack the rim. This is where the parachute really began. People could catch up to your player, all this and that. But 17 was still peak. And there were a lot more hang-ups. Y'all know where you do an animation and you're stuck? They would do stuff like that. Like they did patches throughout the year, and they made certain moves from 16 to where you would get stuck in certain animations if you did them and you had to chain out, or sometimes you couldn't even chain out. This is where they brought the rhythm dribbles. The rhythm dribbles, they were pretty peak. And even 15 to 16, they made some animations where you got stuck. And that's where 17, they started to do animations where you got stuck. It was lame. This is where it all began, man. The momentums was cool. I know y'all remember them, the momentum spam from 17, but despite what y'all might not believe, the 17 momentums, they weren't like that. You were doing that stuff, but it wasn't The 16 and 15 momentums, they really gave you kills. They were actually effective. But the combos, y'all see him dribbling right now. It was good, but this is when the parachute started, y'all. And a lot of the dribbling, it wasn't effective. It really was. There was real kills. A lot of this is when it started to become more of a show. Everything you're doing, it's not really effective. You're just, you know. And these guys, if you see them dribbling in the other 2Ks, it would look, you know, like what they're doing. But still great dribbling 2K. It could be top 3 or top 4. And you had less control over your player to stop and just shoot. Things like that. That's why I don't put it in the top 3, because you had less control. But compared to everything after it, it's not even close. All the dribbling, it's not even close. It's way better. 17, it had a lot of hate and all this and that, but that's because people were comparing it to the better 2Ks. But everything after 17 was way worse than 17. It's kind of crazy and it's sad. It's sad. Now, NBA 2K18 was horrible. Okay, the dribbling was okay, but it does not compare to the 4 2Ks I mentioned above it. This was just so slow, trash. Some people said this was so realistic. One of the most unrealistic 2Ks ever. Slow and clunky does not mean realistic. But you could dribble on this. You could really dribble, but it was just so slow and clunky. This is when that snatch back was here. Stupid OP, you just run and you could just snatch back. The momentum combos weren't very effective. You were stuck in more animations. Dribble engine hella slow. But the dribble gods, they figured out a way to just endlessly spin around. One of the worst 2Ks ever, but then 2K dropped 3 2Ks in a row that's worse than, I never thought we would play a 2K that was worse than 18. The speed boosting was very slow. But you could do all that basic one. The momentum, then behind the back, it was clean. Like, this game, it needed more speed and it needed more canceling and just not as many pauses. The momentum needed to be there, and then it would have fared better. You know, you could put it realistically, you could put it probably like top 6 or 7 in the Park 2Ks, but the dribbling on 18 is better than all these newer 2Ks. It's better than 20, 21, not 22. Some might think it is. It's better than 23, 24, 25, and 26. So I mean, hey, this is where you was dragging. The parachute was there when you were driving and stuff. Like, they was trying to stop people from playing real hoops. You couldn't stop on a dime and just shoot the rock. So much delay, unresponsiveness. It was cooked, but it was still feasible, especially compared to the others. But the variety decreased dramatically. Now, NBA 2K19, this is easily the easiest 2K to look like you're a dribble guy. I was looking like a dribble god on this. You know, sometimes I bring out my dribbles. It depends on how warmed up I am, what month it is, things like that, who I'm playing. You know, sometimes I'm simple with it. But 2K19, I was looking like a dribble god. This is the easiest 2K to look like you know what you're doing. That's why a lot of people have it as the best dribbling 2K ever. Okay? This was way better than 18. But it's not better than 17, 16, 15, or 14. And because the parachute thing, it increased. There were pauses. The dribble glitch was in here to where you basically can't get ripped. The speed boosting was slow. 6'10" locks were faster than you. Like, it looked cool. If someone had their hands up, you couldn't break their ankles. It looked cool, but it's like everything you were doing wasn't effective. It wasn't effective. It looked cool, but it wasn't really effective because you ran out your moves slow, right? If they had you come out your moves quicker, like the moves, like the 2Ks I mentioned before, then it would have ranked better, right? But it had a lot of clean moves, a lot of clean combos. It was hard. I liked it. I liked the dribbling. I needed more speed, you know, because people used to do a lot of cheesy things, and it's like, you can't have all this damn cheese and everyone's keeping up with us. We could dribble all that, but they're right there. It was because we couldn't run out quick. It It wasn't it. Like, you could cook a lot of people doing a lot of stuff, but you play anyone somewhat decent, like they're right there, you know? But the chains, the spinning back, it's like, what are they doing? Are they making the game with AI? How do you have such great dribbling 2Ks and you just, like, how do you lose the sauce? Is this just AI? I don't understand. How is it possible? There's so many great dribbling 2Ks. Y'all know how hard I flame 2K. There's so many great dribbling 2Ks. And it's like, just keep some of it in, switch it up, combine it. It's not hard. Oh, this year we're gonna combine 19 and 14. This year we're gonna combine 17 and 16. And you could just keep combining so many peak dribblings instead of just doing nonsense. It makes no sense. It's so weird. It's so goddamn annoying. I just trying to have fun on the goddamn game. For instance, the momentum, they weren't effective kills, things like that. But yeah. And also, like, real dribble gods, I'm not a dribble god, I'm an ISO god. Spinny gods, they can have a completely different thought process of me because they're spinning around. I don't play the game like that, right? So they might look at the certain 2Ks differently. They're spinning around. They're playing a whole different game than anyone else. So, you know, yeah, but if you play like just ISO type of stuff, then you could more understand how I feel about the game. But the spinny guys, they're in a whole different reality, a whole different plane. Now, NBA 2K20, dribbling was trash, garbage. Only move they had was that goddamn behind the back and the dribble glitch. It became hella broken, unrippable. This 2K dribbling was horrible, so slow, speed boosting so slow. You're moving so slow. You're stuck in so many animations. Nothing's effective. They took the one move out the game, fried. You know, fried. The whole game, stupid, lame. One of my favorite years of quick stopping, I don't know what they did with the game, but I could activate it very easily every time. I don't know why. Making this video is fucking pissing me off. Mike Wang needs cucumber treatment. Itachi squad wipe. I hate this nigga. Why? It's just, he is a bad human. What he be doing is so annoying. I'm trying to have fun on the game. Y'all just don't get what he's doing. And it's like, we know what you're capable of. And it's just like, bro, I just don't understand how you make some of these choices, man. It makes, oh my God, this is so annoying. Can't even have fun on the game. You know, but they had the Curry slide. People were crying about the Curry slide, crazy. But if you was getting cooked on 20, man, it might be horrible. Cause we moving in molasses. I fried hella people, straight ISO. I think I had like 97 win percent this 2K. Picking up people from my chat, screaming I'm the best, having stage players pull up on me. Even was carrying Nephew Mortal, him bricking in the damn corner with them lob threat builds and stuff with the 53 pointer. Like, can't shoot with no 53, you're not like that, boy. But I was Timothy, doing them bad, even moving in molasses. Unpluckable didn't work, instant rips, but this was worse than 18 dribbling, right? So 18's the lowest so far, and 20's worse than 18. 19's above them, but yeah. But that behind the back was clean. I love moves like that. Some people might think it's cheese or whatever, but y'all have to understand. You have to come to the dark side, and then you'll understand, right? When y'all hate on something, learn to do it, and then see what it's like. Y'all don't know what it's like. Start doing a combo, go one way, and then hit that 3, and you tell me what that feels like. There's no greater feeling than frying somebody like that. Y'all don't know how much fun y'all could really be having on the game. Y'all are so basic. Before y'all start crying about something, learn to do it, and then be like, fun as hell. Y'all be hating and limiting yourself, right? But then if you learn to do it, and then you're like, nah, this gotta go, it's lame, blah, blah, blah. For instance, the dribble glitch. I'm completely against the damn dribble glitch, even though I completely mastered it, dropped off the greatest with it in 19 and 20. But yeah, like, learn to do stuff so you can understand people. Learn to put yourself in other people's shoes, y'all. Now, 2K21. Most people are playing old gen. And this was when the speed boost glitch was here. This is easily one of the worst defensive 2Ks, but we're not talking about that. It's definitely the easiest, worst defensive 2K for perimeter defense ever. I've never screamed at my center to double someone in my life, and I'm like elite on D. I played the greatest, and I couldn't even check them. It was impossible. There was no perimeter D, but this was the dribble glitch. It was fun, but it was like, if they didn't have it in the game would be even worse, because they nerfed normal speed boosting in the start. So it's hard to explain, man. They nerfed it in the beginning of the whole game, and it made the game like playable until people figured out the speed glitch. Then it made it playable. The dribbling was horrible. It might have been worse than 20. It's harder to remember that, but yeah, I think it might have been worse than 20 until the dribble glitch came out. Or no, I don't know. 21 new gen, it was worse dribbling than 21. Speed boost glitch, I don't think that was really in 21 like that, but it was still clunky. But the 21 dribbling, the 21 new gen dribbling, I would say it was better than 20. I think it had a little bit more speed on it, and there was no dribble glitch. So I mean, they fixed that. The Curry slide was at its peak in 21 old gen, and I think new gen too. It was insane. It was Curry speed boost glitch, and Curry slide. It was nutty. This is when they started cheating OD too. There were some people, cheating in 20, somehow playing on different servers and frying top players, and their ping is 140 ping, and somehow they shoot, and I don't know how they're doing it. But this is when it really came out. Cheating took over. 2K was never the same. I would put 21 old gen. Man, this is tough. I might put 21 old gen maybe better than 20. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know. It's tough. And keep in mind, when I show this spinning stuff, it doesn't really represent the game, like actual dribbling. 2K22, peak dribbling. Peak. I loved it. It easily is right under 2K17 for dribbling. I love 2K22 dribbling. The only thing is it didn't have enough combos, but it had the speed. Now this is the new gen. The 22 old gen was even looser. It was looser than 22 new gen. It was looser. I loved it. I had 101% in 2K22 old gen. With like 3,000 or 2,000 something games played. 101%. Screaming I'm the best. A lot of your top favorite YouTubers pulled up on me, dropped them off, barely playing the game, right? Always new people every time I'm hooping. And screaming I'm the best, dropping them off, crazy, hit them bad, boy. Because when you make a game like this, real skill can be shown, and then they don't have a chance. There's a lot of 2Ks that are fake. They're fake, right? So if the skill expression isn't really there, you can't really see who you are. In a game like 22, you could really show and impress your will on how much better you are than everyone. That's why I had 101%. That's why I was like, I was God, because who I really am could be expressed. But when you nerf the game and do all this hand holding, you can't really see it like that. And then I'm just in the 90s, Certain 2Ks, I don't do all the random stuff. Certain 2Ks, I do. So I know some of y'all might be fooled, might think I only play with randoms and stuff. There's certain 2Ks I didn't. I only ran with a team. I switch it up. Y'all literally cry and beg me to literally do it, and then you cry and complain that I'm not playing with a team. I don't know. It's very weird to me, man. We just doing entertainment. But it was way faster than 21. Speed boosting was good. It had damn, what was that move? It had one of the cleanest snatchbacks in any 2K. I forget that damn move. It was dope. But you had freedom. You could move, right? I would put 22 dribbling above 19 because you could run out your moves quickly. That means you have a bigger bag, a bigger option of being effective and playing different. If you can't run out your move quickly, you can't be effective. To make people be diverse and have a bag, you have to open it up. or you have to be able to run out quickly. If you can't run out quickly, by the way, that's realistic, then what you're doing is just pointless. It's for show, and it's not fun for any side, for realism or meta or cheese or whatever. And for instance, if you tried playing realistic on 22, you would have a hella lot of success because you could run out of moves quickly, you know? 22 new gen was a little slower, but same concept overall. Now, NBA 2K23 was when Pro Play was introduced. Horrible. You run out your move, you lose adrenaline. Horrible system. This is where it all got cooked, man. And it really forced people to only left, right, because you lose one adrenaline. What are you gonna do? You're only gonna do the cheesiest moves possible. You're gonna do as little dribbling as possible, and you're just going to left, right? So one of the most left, right 2Ks ever because of this goddamn adrenaline. 2K23, I did a 150 game win streak in no squad live. So, you know, old gen was what I played on more. 23 new gen had more defense. The dribbling, it wasn't good, guys. It was slow. That little snatchback, I think that was the 21 snatchback or the 22 snatchback. I think that's the one I like. But the 23 dribbling, it's not it. It don't compare to none of the 2Ks I mentioned. Slow and clunky compared. 23 dribbling was still better than 24, 25, and 26. They brought back basically 23 dribbling in 26, and people got hyped because we got dribbling taken away from. So you're getting hyped on stuff that's really 2K23. It's hilarious. It was harder to stop on a dime. Very left, right heavy because you lost the adrenaline at random moves, or if you ran one way. Very corny. It only forced people to cheese. And I think it had one of the most broken moves in 2K history. I think it was the second most broken move in 2K history. I think it was the Russ Cross. And I think the Harden one was the Harden combo moves. It was something like that. There were certain moves that were more broken than any move in 2K history. The new gen 2Ks, 23 after, had the most broken dribble moves in 2K history, besides the dribble glitch. And they might even be more broken because you do the move, you instantly teleported in front of the guy guarding you. It was broken as hell. Nothing like that ever existed before. So I think it was the Russ Cross, and I think it was the James Harden combo moves for 24. And I think they had another move too where you instantly teleport in front of the defender. It was nuts. But yeah, this dribbling was garbage. Adrenaline system, I mean, this is at the bottom. It's at the bottom. I mean, it's arguing. It's up there, man. It's the worst so far because that adrenaline, it's the worst. Now 2K24, garbage, slow and clunky. They kind of nerfed the adrenaline. You could kind of run out sometimes, but you still lost it. Straight trash, stamina trash, movement trash, very slow, clunky, unresponsive, garbage. And of course, guys, I'm showing y'all dribble gods, right? In every 2K. Y'all aren't understanding. When y'all see the older 2Ks, y'all be like, you just want to dribble out the seconds. You just want to dribble out the seconds and you can't do it anymore. Look, it's possible. Whatever y'all talking about, the dribbling is possible in every 2K, but there's if you're not good at the game, you can't understand. You can't understand what we're talking about. There's a reason even he hates these newer 2Ks, and he prefers the ones I'm talking about. It's about fun. Just because you could still do something doesn't mean it's fun or it's a skill gap, you know? Like, I'd be destroying people, have 99, I got 99 win percent, 97, and I could hate what's going on, even though I'm destroying people. I'm not like normal NPCs that only enjoy when I'm winning all the time. I could literally destroy someone 21-0 and be mad as hell. If you a real competitor, you understand that. A lot of y'all just live in la la land. But as you can see, in the 2Ks we be critiquing, we can still get busy, right? You see what's going on. You see what Glock doing, boy. You see what he did, nutty, okay? Basket. But this dribble system was garbage. It was better than 23. Dribble system was better than 23. I'm pretty sure. I'll put it over 23. Yeah. I put it over 23. I think 23 might have had a little more speed. I think these 2Ks give me so much depression. 2K25, whoever thought of that, you need to. Cucumber treatment. Itachi in his prime, where are you? Squad wipe. Now 2K25, the worst dribbling 2K ever. Garbage, stuck in so many moves. Slowest speed boosting ever. RNGs in the game, completely slow, garbage, trash game. As you can see, still possible to do everything. This is the year that people really abuse the L2 thing everywhere, like having the center block and this Dex completely stop dribbling because it's so garbage. So many penalties, stamina weak, makes everyone play meta even more. When you have all the restrictions on the dribbling, a lot of clunky movement, a lot of pauses, you stuck in animations and stuff. When you do that, you make people play the meta even more or just cheese even harder. That's what happens. But 25, easily the worst ever. Whoever thought this was okay, you need to so bad. Pure depression. Worst 2K ever. Now we got 2K26. Now, a lot of people were hype about this. It has a speed boost glitch, by the way. So this is in talks with 21. Kind of nutty, right? So this is in talks with 21. You can speed boost glitch, and it's like a 23 dribble system. Now it's very slow, speed boosting slow. The combos, you're stuck in certain animations. They try to pass the speed boost glitch, and now you can't even run out of a normal step back. They reduce the speed of the game. Very unresponsive, clunky. Just not it. I don't like it, man. You had less control over your player. You can't just stop on a dime and shoot. The same with all these newer 2Ks, especially 24 and after. You're just being dragged, especially in 25. Oh my God, so garbage. A lot of moves aren't effective, and the adrenaline system is completely fried. You get bumped once or adrenaline loses, you lose 10 attribute points, stamina weak. Just bro. Nothing positive to say. It's horrid. Y'all rank dribbling 2Ks. Let me know y'all's favorite. Let me know y'all's top 3. And let me know what else y'all want me to decipher, man. Y'all be sure to join my Discord for them NBA 2K's 27 leaks. Subscribe, turn on noties.
But hey, here we go again. Yeah. Here we go again. People talking this, but when this hit the fan, everything I'm at made me. Now break it down. Yo, off the top of the dome.